What's up? It's Frank. Everything black. I want to talk about another rapper who is a lot of us know about. Uh, Lee Tommy, uh, Mr. House Walker. Another prolific rapper, artist. Guy I really didn't know. I'm not really into rap, but I had a feeling I had to do this rapper is very conscious, very intelligent rapper. And I wanted to kind of focus in on some of the things he said, turn down my music a little bit. I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. I hope y'all appreciate the little I'm gonna do on this rapper. I don't know him that well, but I do want to say that my condolences to the family. Um, R.I.P. to Mr. Sauce Walker. I just want y'all to hear some of his interview that he did on this Dash project. Shout out to the Dash project. Did a very good interview with him. Maybe some of y'all missed it. The Dash project, they have some good people come on there. A show I didn't start kind of tuning into here lately. Just wanted to give y'all a little bit of insights on this very intelligent rapper. He reminds me of Pac a little bit, the way he describes or break down a story about different people, the way he mixed, like Brenda Had a Baby, or what's this song, Pac was famous for? Anyway, the way he breaks it down, he breaks things down like Brenda Had a Baby. He push you on focus. He's able to tell the story where you can actually visualize what he's talking about, and the videos that he do really helps bring out what he's envisioning. So I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of the interview. I'm not gonna play the whole interview. Just want y'all to hear a few things he was talking about. This story is between a man and a woman, basically. What he thinks that men do and what he thinks that women do. And it was very controversial the first time he was on this guy's show, but one of his highest views was on his show when he first put it out. I think he said it was like 100,000 views, which kind of projected his show. But anyway, I'm gonna let him tell you. I'm just gonna kind of sit back and listen myself. I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. I hope y'all enjoy this show. I appreciate it.
People gotta get upset, putting on the line what's the better bet. You know what I mean? Sometimes you bet with your heart, and sometimes you gotta bet with reality and probability action. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy that comes with the facts, you know.
Yeah, so what you were saying was a man could get multiple women pregnant, but a woman could only get pregnant once in that 9-month period.
Absolutely.
You know, and they were very upset. But it's facts.
And obviously, just like we have oxygen and we have water and we have daytime and we have nighttime, everything in life has purpose.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So therefore, there's a reason why we are the fertilization to the grass, to the soil. We're not the soil. We fertilize the soil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We plant the seed in the soil. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why we do what we do, and there's a reason why women do the things that they do, and it's equally needed. It's equally appreciated. But if there was ever a time where there was an apocalypse in the world and we had to replenish the population around the world, we wouldn't be thinking about the monogamous ideals of one man being with one woman if we was up under some type of a massive plague or whatever, war, genocide, you know what I'm saying? The things that's going on in politics in the world between Russia, America, and goddamn Ukraine and shit like that. If it ever got really fucked up, if things that people believe may come true ever came to fruition and we had to replenish the earth, we wouldn't be wearing,
Yeah.
And
Babies.
How would that be done?
Yeah.
How would these babies be created?
Yeah.
My man's laying that pipe down around. You know what I mean? Just how they go.
Just call sauce. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was beautiful. So since then, since January of 2023, which was a time where you were already killing it. The first thing I wanted to start this off with is saying congratulations on all the successful business endeavors, because we seen you back then, right? I seen you pop up. I told you when you popped up in the Maybach, you popped up in the Maybach SUV.
No bullshit, right? Real life.
I seen that, and the first thing I went back in the crib. I already had my son, and I'm like, damn, I got to get that shit. I'm talking to my girl. I'm like, yo, that Maybach is hard.
Gotta have that shit. And look at us now. The tuxedo Maybach outside in the parking lot, looking good as he supposed to. That shit's beautiful. I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just love to be somebody that can be an inspiration to other individuals from all around the world. You know what I'm saying? People the same age as me, people younger than me, people older than me, to see a sense of relation and also a sense of, hope, faith.
Yeah, I just want to say, doesn't he give you that Tupac kind of laid back, thoughtful words, genuine personality, dude kind of remind you of Pac a little bit, the way he's talking. And later on, I'll show like a small video, a little bit of his videos. I don't want to play the whole thing. Fair use YouTube, fair use Dad's project, just doing this for educational purposes. And, to give my little contribution to what this brother was speaking about in his songs and in his rap. But he gives you that I'm very knowledgeable about what I say. He's not just like saying words. He's very knowledgeable about what he's talking about. And he understands the route or the way we play as human beings, as far as men and women. He understands that whole focus type thing, that whole thought purposes on women and men. So just check him out.
And belief if this guy can be successful and create a massive pull and surge over the algorithm, and for the people who understand the power of the algorithm, for another individual to see that and see that I have such captivation, a power, control over the opinions and the joy and the happiness of millions and millions of people all around the world, and then to turn that into revenue, and then for somebody else to be, inspired to know that they could possibly do the same thing that I'm doing or better if they apply themselves the way that I apply myself. And then that's when people start, depicting the different things about a person's hustle or what they think that I do well or what they may think that I don't do well. They might want to look at my mistakes or my accomplishments and see where they can fit themselves in to do the same thing or do something slightly different or do better, whatever the result is, I was the motivation. I was a huge inspiration. I was the initial kick fire and starter to say, you know what, I'm doing something in life. I'm going a certain direction, but the people that I
and what he just said was how every black man should be, whether we're learning from another black man or whether we're the black man that everybody learning from. We should all want to try to be better every day. That's, in health and wealth and all that. You know what I mean? Mentally, physically, we should all try every day to be better than the next man we see that's making accomplishments. If we don't, we want to be competitive with him. If he's setting the level, then we have to reach up and try to get that level. And then once we become him or the level, then we need to keep expounding so the next guy that's looking at us can expound. We should never just draw a line and leave it there. We should never become the Michael Jordan and then leave it at Michael Jordan. It should be somebody who comes later or that's better and doing it way better than Michael Jordan ever did it. Okay, that's basically what he's saying. And I totally agree with what he's saying.
I usually scale myself against are these other tyrants and other people that I just really can't fathom myself obtaining these particular items, jets and stuff that they're doing where I am right now. But then I meet Sauce Walka, who, yeah, he's a celebrity, he's a superstar. He's the same thing as these other characters, but the way he lives, the way he moves, his schedule, the freedom in his schedule, the freedom in his the open the open opportunity just of having the control to say, I can do whatever you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah, because that's how I was thinking. I was like, yeah, not only do you do it, but you make the shit look fun because it look like you do it on your
my
own
obligations
terms.
are different because the terms are my own. That's the best way to say it. To know that you always have the power. I don't want to say the power to say fuck it, but you all just have the power to say yes and no, or I can skip doing that particular event or that particular, whatever it is that I was supposed to do to make some money that week, or that there's something else on my schedule. I could choose to spend more time with my family instead, or I could choose to spend more time on creation of a music project or a different business endeavor, commercial real estate, digital real estate.
See, this man was into everything. This man was turning, moving. You see what I'm saying? That's the way we need to be. And by that, I'm going to segue into this other video, that I have of him doing an actual song. I think it's called Family. And we'll go back to that video. I just wanted y'all to see how he sounded, how he performed. Things that we miss that maybe you guys don't know him. But here's a little of his music. And like I say, I think he brought the little Tupac spirit with him. I think he walked around with that Tupac spirit.
Boy, somebody got to speak on it. Good old gospel shit. Baby girl, 16, leaving the wick office. Brother, 2 years older, trying to make their house a brick office. Mama in the kitchen, smoking cigarettes, shit talking. But she wonder why her son outside, crip walking. He's supposed to be in college right now. Football and studying for finals, but he worried about the plug calling. Baby girl pregnant, still smoking, guess the drugs calling. She ain't got no guidance, cause her mama out here club walking. Jumping border bar just like her son, she out here plug stalking. Hoping a rich nigga want that pussy so she can slick talk him. Make a couple zips off him, then go and pay her rent off him. Meanwhile, her son out here robbing for weed and pink dolphin. Baby girl still book smart, so her friends cheat off her. She trying to keep the bullets cool. She heard the football team talking. Only pregnant girl at school. She trying to keep the heat off her. Counselor say that it's gonna be okay, but she just sweet talking. She don't know that her baby daddy grown. He out here white chalking, or it could be this other little young nigga she used to see often. Whole time the grown nigga she was fucking is her brother partner. And if her brother find out, she know he grabbing choppers. Hatred stick.
So that's just part of that video. I want you to get a little sample of what he was basically talking about. Very good rapper, very conscious, able to relate a message to it. I'm gonna let you go back to this interview and let you hear a little more of that. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You can go on the Daz Project and finish it out. I just wanted to let you know that this brother was shot and killed in Memphis a while back. I mean, I guess the other day. Shout out to Willie D. That's who I heard it from on the Willie D show. And here's a little more of the few words the rapper left with us for history to study.
Residential real estate, the shit's things that have nothing to do with the entertainment cycle. I have the time and the freedom and the flexibility to put 100% of my energy or however much is needed into other projects and grow other, sources of revenue and fortune for other people that's around me instead of just only focusing on being an entertainer. And a lot of people that chase the entertainment industry and chase success within that have a conscious understanding that their whole life is going to be 100% focused on the craft of being a superstar. And then that's all they can do is focus on being a superstar because they seeing the amount of work and effort that other people do. And sometimes that's just an unrealistic expectation for people because they already may have bills, they may have kids, they have responsibilities, they have, just everyday things that they got to deal with. And they're trying to learn how to survive and still implement time into greater success.
You be going all the way. Like I watch your interviews, right? Mm-hmm. And I go back to even the first interview. When you answer a question, you answer the question. You know what I mean? You really go in depth. It's like reading a book. You know what I'm saying? You really break it down for people, for them to understand. So what do you like? What brought that to you? Like, what did you read certain books? Like, what made you this good at breaking all this down and understanding it? Because here's one of the things I think about, right? And I've been trying to really preach this to all the supporters that support Danger Project through Danger. Failure, right? Like, in order to be as successful as you are, you got to fail a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
So do you feel like it's failures that taught you through this? It's reading, or is it all of the above?
I mean,
now, before you answer that question, I just want to say that was a very, very good question. A lot of people think that people, when they make success, that, it's easy. These people go through hell. You fail thousands of times before you even get on top, I noticed that about all these guys that make it. They fail a lot, That's part of the growth of making it. I mean, that's part of the greatness of making it, is that you fail and you don't stop and you don't stay there. You be like a basketball, like I said today on Facebook. You got to hit the ground and bounce up. You know what I'm saying? You got to bounce up back where you came from. I mean, where you need to be. You got to level back up. You got to hit that ground and get back up higher when you hit it. So you falling down, when that basketball league your hand for a bounce and it hit the ground, it bounced back up to that hand. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when you fail, you got to bounce back. So I'm gonna let him finish that out. That was a good question.
And well, for number one, first of all, everything is about perception. The way you perceive things, the way that you download information that's given to you is what also determines the outcome and determines how you see your benefits, your gains, your elevation from whatever that you're trying to obtain in life. And then you also have to know always that you have a goal set at hand to obtain, to get to that next level or to be better. Okay, but for me, when it came to learning and then giving the information back to other people is more or less because I went through so many different experiences in life so young, and I met so many different forms, so many different walks of life so young that it made me take myself out of my physical body and not look at the world from just my perspective or the way that somebody around me in my everyday upbringing wants me to look at life, because I realized very young that that's small. Like, you can have a family that's trying to train you to be an athlete. You can have a family that's training you to be a pianist. You can have a family that's training you to be a construction worker. But something goes on in your life and it makes you say, nah, I'm just going to be the person that create the ring camera.
Mm.
But this person has devoted their whole life to being a football player. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these things all come with perspective. These things all come with how you look at life. If you're a person that allows yourself to only be one-tracked and look at life the way that life was given to you, and you're not a person that's going to challenge it, then you in a 50-50 chance to where you may live out your dreams, or you may just be within the normal stereotypes and spectrum of people that's in the world. So I was just always one of those people, and understand this too. Sometimes being trained to be something and be certain type of way, you end up being one of those people that's great at that, because repetition and practice only makes mastery, but everybody is just not a master at performing. That's just life.
Yeah.
But you can still be a master coach because you have the information from putting the time in over the years, but you just don't have the physical attributes to do that. Or even in business of construction, you may not be the best builder, the best welder, but you know how to run a company, you know how to facilitate contracts and be in the construction field and close deals and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, people got to understand with perception is fine. That's when you start to find purpose. When you start to find your purpose with your perception is what you see and how you reciprocate, what you think is right and wrong, what's your moral code, what are you willing to do, what are you not willing to do. And then once you gain that, then you get, like, you know what I'm saying, your direction of what you want to, where you want to go and where you want to be at, and how you see yourself being the best version of yourself. That's your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And very, very young, I understood that my purpose was to be a leader. I learned that very, very young. I've always been a person that when I get in a room, even if I'm not the biggest person in the room, or if I wasn't the fastest person in the group, I was always the person that all of those people that may have a better attribute than me at the time, or even if I may have better attributes than them, that never gauged who's the leader or who's the person that we kind of leaning towards to, bro, what we should do next, or what kind of should be our next interest. I've always been that person that, even if I was in a group of people that's way older than me or younger than me, I'm always been a person that people sought to for leadership, or just whatever type of shit that we want to get into, or what we gonna do, or what's the next thing to learn or talk about, or just period. And with that responsibility and that honor, you know what I'm saying, it's a certain level of like, okay, you gotta have a certain level of discipline and accountability with myself. Like, I can't have people looking at me as a big bro or a leader or somebody that they trust, and then I'm saying a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Or I can't have a conversation and explain in vivid detail to make the next person, or my brother that's following my lead, or this family member, this girl, whoever that's around me, I got to be able to give them all the different layers of whatever we trying to understand to where they feel the confidence and the security and the trust to do the things that I believe in or something that they believe in as well. And they may want to learn what's a better way for them to deliver that message, or, bro, how did you do this right here? I seen this go on in your life, whoopty whoop. I'm coming to you for advice, because everything not always about making money or like being in a group or being on a ship together. And that's another thing that's like real big about life. Most of the things in life that have the word ship on it is all about some type of a group community conscious, relationship, friendship, partnership. You know what I'm saying? All of these different ships, you still like a boat. In a relationship, in a partnership, any one of these ship, communionship, it's all about a group of people coming together to go a direction. If me and you are not good friends, and that means we can't come together with like minds and like ideas as friends, our ship is going to crash. Our ship is going to sink. We're going to fight. We're going to get into it. And it's not to say a fight is crashing your ship. That's not that either, because your ship can get a little dink and a bump and a bruise and a hole, and they get constructed, and you still be on the best fucking cruise line that ever existed. That's maintenance. But we still have to understand that we on the same ship that's trying to go to the same direction. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And words in general, when you break words down, they usually have a deeper meaning to them than just the word itself, because words and sentences and paragraphs all got put together by putting small groups of words together to make a big word. Relation, you can have relation and relations without having a ship. You see what I'm saying? You can have partners without having a partnership. I have different partners over here and here. This is with my sexual partner, this one, but we don't have a partnership together. The ship is what makes the community, it makes it a group effort, because when ships usually create bigger things that get a bigger, you know what I'm saying? We get a bigger prize, a bigger pie, a bigger result. You know what I'm saying? And for me to close the type of opportunities and deals and dreams that I had since I was young, I knew that only way I can do that is through conversation, through communication, through being able to speak well, understand what I'm speaking, what I'm saying, no matter what mental capacity, or if I'm high, if I'm drunk, if I'm tired. I don't drink alcohol, but I'm just saying, just in life, when you're a young man trying to figure out who you are and who you want to be and what you want to become, when you start to figure out what are your gifts, what are your talents, you know what I'm saying? You go through life and experiences, as you say, failure. I don't even really look at the word failure as like that word there, like it exists, it does have its purpose, but I don't look at it as the word failure in the terms of growth, in the terms of growth, in the terms of creation, in the terms of creation, in the terms of troubleshooting, business strategy.
I look at failure, the word failure, as lesson.
And I look at it as trying. What is a man, and when is a man still a man when he stops trying? The entire.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all joining me. I'm gonna end that right there. Then I'm gonna take it over here to a song. Trying is the thing. Let me go and let that play. Let me get that out the way. Let me let him finish that, so whoever was listening can get something out of this.
A world that we live in is all created off of a man or a woman trying and making an attempt to do something, whatever it was. I don't give a fuck if it's making a sandwich. You have to try to do that. I don't care if it's planting a seed and making a crop, fertilizing the whole field, dealing with cows and bull, warthogs and shit. And these are all still things that people had to try to do, had to try to go cut the tree down and create lumber. I mean, not create the lumber, but create a stack of lumber.
Yeah, I'll dig it. Trying. He's looking at failure as a part of trying to do something, trying to make a change or something. And that's very appreciative. And I hope y'all got something from this brother. Please go over there and check out the rest of the interview over there at Dash Project. I think he was on the Breakfast Club too. Just go to YouTube and punch in interview for Sauce Walker. to get to know this guy better, to know some of his contributions that he did for the culture. Anyway, this guy can be very much appreciated, and I appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna play a little more of his song. You can stop screening on that. Sorry about that. X that out. Go over here a little more of his song and end that. And finish that out.
Niggas on her like a pregnant bitch, you a thot. She ballin' it up, don't shed no tears and keep her head held high. She walking in the house and her mama sleeping with the pressed pill guy. She fucking for handlebars while her son riding in smokers' cars, selling crack like candy bars, serving weed like dealing cards. Banging seas and gang wars, he rocking hard like 12 guitars. He was known to beat the odds until his whole life paused. When them blood slid by and the bullet hit his jaw, shots on front and side the car. Hospital rushing wasn't far. His partner with him had to drive. He fainted twice, seeing stars. Made it to the ER, survived with a broken punctured jaw. His sister came to see him, but his mama still at the bar. 4 months later, the baby born and it looked like his boy. His face done kinda healed, but his nephew face ain't bringing him no joy. His sister finally came out and said the baby daddy's Roy. The mama say she knew, but now the brother wanna kill his boy. This nigga 19 and trying to play his sister like a toy. He know his sister underage in school, she ain't no and joy. Without no hesitation, he went left and pulled up straight on Roy. Pistol whipped him twice and told him, why you fuck my sister, boy? Roy was like, I saved your life, cuz. You know what it was? Your sister came around me on them drugs. You know what that does? We only hit once, it was up a buzz. And I'm sorry, cuz, but I was the one that took you to the hospital when you was dripping blood. Brother mine racist shit, he put his partner in the mud. But who gon' raise this baby? This shit crazy how you did me, cuz. Mama here lazy, grandbaby gon' be stiff as us. Ain't he growing quick as us? Gon' see the same bullshit as us.
Family, 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 family.
Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate it. Hope y'all enjoyed this show. Just want to say RIP to Sauce Walker, Walka, and my condolences to his family. And I appreciate y'all joining me. Thank you again. Everything Black.